computer work to do, so my eyes might be going like this. But I wanted to tell you the story. It's so freaking funny. Okay, I heard this story. They were doing this thing about cops. You know, like, what's the funniest thing that's happened with you and a cop before? Alright, so my friends Mark and Jennifer. Alright, they get home. It's real early in the morning. It's like 1:30 in the morning. And the only way to get into their house, unless you have the front door key, is their garage. Well, they usually just leave it open because they live in the country. So they get home, and she's carrying her 6-month-old. He's in the car, getting stuff out of the car, and there's a possum, and it's huge. I'm talking like jackrabbit size, huge possum, you know, this big, whatever. It gets bigger every time they tell the story. And it's sitting right in front of their door, just like nestled up, like it's just been sleeping there, sitting, and it starts hissing at him. And she's like, Mark, I'm not going to be able to get in the house with that possum there, so you're going to have to get it. Shoo, you know. And so he's over there clapping at it, and, you know, blowing at it and stuff like that, and poking at it, and it's just laying there hissing at him. And so she's like, what are we going to do? You know, we need to get inside. And he's like, okay, this tarp. I'm going to throw the tarp over the possum. You run inside, run around to the front of the house, and unlock the front door and let me in. Okay? Sounds like a good plan, right? So he throws the tarp over the possum, and the possum starts running underneath the tarp. So he lays down on the tarp, like on hands and knees, and she runs into the house. So she's run past him. She's got the baby inside. She's fine. She's standing in the doorway watching him, and he realizes he cannot get off this thing, because if he gets off this thing, it's going to come out from under the tarp and bite his head off, you know. So he's on this thing, and it's bouncing him around like this, and she's laughing. Jennifer's cracking up, and he is scared to death. So what does he do? He calls the cops. Okay, so the cops show up. They're thinking it's a prank phone call. So they're pissed by the time they get there. And this cop is just like your typical backwoodsman, you know, funnier, kind of like a redneck cop. It's hilarious. He decides him and Mark are going to tear the tarp off, and they're going to pepper spray the possum. Okay? So, they tear the tarp off, and it's just laying there. It's not moving. The possum is playing possum. Well, the cop thinks is a possibility that Mark killed it, you know, knocked it out or whatever, because they're poking at it, it's not moving, they're throwing things at it, it's not moving. And then the cop's like, well, okay, I'm going to pepper spray it just to be on the safe side, and then we can just get out of its way, and it'll run out of the garage. So the cop goes to pepper spray, and all of a sudden this big, huge gust of wind comes from nowhere into the garage and blows the pepper spray back into the cop's face, back into Mark's face. Jennifer is cracking up about to pee her pants, just laughing. And and by this time, the cop and Mark are rolling around. Ah! And she still has like this orange stain from the pepper spray on the ground. I mean, they sprayed a lot of it. So finally, they got the bright idea to pick it up, like a shovel or sticks or something, and then they threw it outside, and it eventually just walked off. You know, probably laughing at the cops. But I just thought that was the freaking funniest story. Oh my gosh, I was dying the first time I heard it. It was so funny. I said I'd share with you. Okay, bye.